In today's video, we are going to be talking about the best vegetables you can eat on the keto diet. The keto diet is a way of eating that is low in carbohydrates. So that means that starchy vegetables such as potatoes are generally off the table. But the amount of carbohydrates in a food is not the only thing that needs to be considered. I say this because a lot of people who eat a keto diet, number one, do it for weight loss, but number two, do it to reduce inflammation. And when I say inflammation, this can be anything from joint and muscle pain to diseases that have manifested from chronic inflammation. And unfortunately, there are some vegetables that can be particularly inflammatory for some people. So in today's video, I'm going to give you the top 7 vegetables you can eat on the keto diet. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Kate. I'm a health coach and I post videos on a high-fat, nutrient-dense way of eating. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, feel free to share, and make sure to subscribe. And make sure to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, where I share new posts every single day. Today's video is sponsored by Squarespace. For everything from websites and online stores to marketing tools and analytics, Squarespace is the all-in-one platform that does it all. Head to squarespace.com/healthcoachkate to start your free trial today. As I said at the start of this video, many people who eat a keto diet do it to reduce inflammation and prevent inflammatory diseases. And worrying about the amount of carbohydrates that are in a food is not always enough. So today's video is not going to be focusing on the vegetables that are lowest in carbohydrates, but rather vegetables that are the least inflammatory. But just know that all the vegetables we're going to talk about today are low in carbs. Anti-nutrients. The main reason that some vegetables are particularly inflammatory is because they contain anti-nutrients. Anti-nutrients are plant compounds that reduce the body's ability to absorb essential nutrients, and they can also cause other side effects. If you've ever heard that you have to cook spinach in order to get the calcium from it, the reason you can't obtain it when you eat spinach raw is because it is bound to anti-nutrients. And the same goes for why you're not supposed to drink black tea when taking an iron supplement. The anti-nutrients in the tea bind to the iron. Now, before I get too ahead of myself, I just want to say that some people tolerate certain anti-nutrients different than others. And a lot of the anti-nutrients in these vegetables can be lessened with proper preparation, such as cooking, soaking, and fermenting. I also do not think that all people have to avoid all anti-nutrients entirely to reduce inflammation and have good health. Like I said, not everyone tolerates them the same. Some people are really sensitive to lectins, which are found in nightshade vegetables such as tomatoes and eggplants. These wreak havoc on their gut and can cause massive inflammation, but for other people, they are able to eat them without issue. The point I'm trying to make here is that we are all different. I definitely think there are foods that all of us should avoid for the most part, such as grains and legumes, but when it comes to vegetables, it varies a lot. But anyways, with that out of the way, let's get into the list. Number 7, onions. Onions are great to include on the keto diet because they are a good source of potassium and also include some prebiotics. Now, I will say that for anyone who is sensitive to FODMAPs, onions are definitely a no-go. And you will know that you are sensitive to FODMAPs if you experience bloating or abdominal pain after eating foods that are high in them, such as onions. But if you are not sensitive to FODMAPs, then cooked onions can enhance almost any meal. Toss them on burgers, cook them with liver. They are extremely versatile and help to add flavor. Number 6, pickles. Pickles are a good way to add crunch to your keto diet, and they are also a good way to boost your electrolytes. Pickles are rich in sodium, which is an electrolyte we need more of on a low-carb diet. When we eat less carbohydrates, our bodies retain less water and also less electrolytes. So it is important to keep electrolytes up, and sodium is probably the most important one. Low sodium can result in headaches, fatigue, and even nausea. One small pickle has almost 500 milligrams of sodium, so a few of these a day can really help to boost your intake. Number 5 is lettuce. Lettuce is probably the best leafy green you can eat. And that might surprise you to hear me say, but lettuce is probably the most neutral one when it comes to anti-nutrients. We already touched a bit on how spinach needs to be cooked in order to access some of the calcium earlier in this video, and that is because it is extremely high in oxalates. Besides binding to nutrients such as calcium, oxalates are also responsible for the formation of most kidney stones. Your safest bet if you are making a salad or adding toppings to a burger is to go with lettuce. Number 4, cucumber. Cucumber is another way to add some crunch to your keto diet. Cucumbers are actually technically a fruit, but most people consider them a vegetable, so I decided to include them on this list today. But fruits in general are much lower in anti-nutrients than vegetables are, which is what makes cucumbers so great. Number 3, seaweed. Again, seaweed isn't technically a vegetable, it's an algae, but I did want to include it on this list. One of the best benefits of seaweed is the high amount of iodine. Iodine is a trace mineral that a lot of us are not getting enough of, and deficiencies for it are not often tested for. It is important to consume enough iodine for proper thyroid function, which is something that a lot of us, women especially, struggle with. There are many different types of seaweed you can eat. Probably the most common that most people are familiar with is nori, which is used to wrap sushi. Another type is kelp. And a product I love is from Grassland Nutrition. They have freeze-dried kelp that makes getting it into your diet easy. You can sprinkle this on salads or eggs, and again, it adds a nice crunch. I don't know why I'm so obsessed with crunch today, but anyways. I will link to that product down below, and you can use code KATE10 to save 10% off your order. Number 2, mushrooms. Again, these are technically not a vegetable, they're fungi, but most people consider them to be a vegetable. Mushrooms are a great source of potassium, which is another electrolyte that is important on low-carb diets such as keto. They do also contain some vitamin D if they were grown outside, and a decent amount of selenium. Selenium is important for proper immune function, brain function, and also fertility. Frying up some mushrooms in butter is a great addition to breakfast, lunch, or dinner on the keto diet. Now, before we get into the number 1 keto diet vegetable, I'm going to take a quick moment to tell you about today's sponsor, Squarespace. Squarespace is the all-in-one platform that allows you to build a beautiful website and run your business. Hiring a website designer when you are first starting a business venture can be an expensive investment, but having a professional website is important. A sloppy website can take away from your credibility and turn away potential customers. Thankfully, Squarespace makes building a website easy. You do not need any experience in web design. Their platform is super easy and intuitive to use. And with built-in SEO features, you can make sure that your website is being found more often in search results by potential clients. And the really great thing about Squarespace is it is not just a website builder. You can run an online store and accept transactions, you can build a mailing list and send email blasts, and more. Like I said, Squarespace really is the all-in-one platform for all of your business needs. If you want to try it out, you can head to squarespace.com/healthcoachkate. There you can start a free trial, and when you love it and decide to launch, you can use code HealthCoachKate to save 10% off your first order. Thank you again to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. And number 1 is sauerkraut. Technically, the vegetable here is cabbage, but once it has been fermented into sauerkraut, it is 100 times more beneficial. The fermentation process eliminates the anti-nutrients we were speaking about earlier. It provides prebiotics, which feed our gut, and also some vitamin K. And this is another food that is super versatile. You can eat it with any meal, any time of day. Anyways, guys, that's all I have for you today. Like I said, our tolerance for anti-nutrients varies greatly from person to person, but in general, these are the ones that will benefit most people. Let me know in the comment section down below what your favorite keto diet vegetable is and how you cook it or incorporate it into recipes. Your comments really help to support my channel, so even if you just want to say hi down below, I really appreciate it. If you did enjoy this video, you might also like my video on the best keto diet fruits. You can check it out here. If you want to catch up on my most recent upload, you can find it right here. And if you want to check out my keto diet and carnivore diet coaching programs, you can find them here. Thanks again, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.